shop music. Bow, 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 bow. That's not shop music, that's map music. Shop themes in video games can take on a variety of sounds. Maybe they add to the bustling ambience of a village or a town, a place where you can buy power-ups, potions, or items. Maybe they're these little take-a-breather checkpoints in faster-paced video games, giving players a moment to pause. Or maybe they're composed to sound like songs you hear at clothing stores and you're trying on different outfits that you're never gonna buy.
Oh, Sean?
What? It was half price. Depending on the game in question, the composer now has a job to do. In a roguelike, the music throughout the game is supposed to be an adrenaline rush. So now the music has to slow down when you're at item shops. Take Hades for example. Normally you're like, oh shit, I'm low on health. And when you see Karen, all of a sudden you're like, Karen, buddy, you're here! And he's just there like, he doesn't care that you're here, but you in fact are so relieved to see him. And the tone of the game changes to reflect that. It goes from blaring rock and metal music to a softer, friendlier and more familiar sound. It's the type of music you generally associate with merchants or traders. Take Dead Cells as another example. You forget to breathe when you're playing this game because it's so fast-paced. You're dodge rolling and beating the shit out of enemies, avoiding stray attacks, and then when you hear this music, you take a moment and realize that yes, breathing! I remember how to breathe! Thank you, Mr. Merchant. And in fact, this track is literally called Merchant. And it plays that same familiar stringed instrument, letting you know that you have earned a break. And you are going to go back out there and get your ass whooped. So why not stop for a bit and maybe buy something? Maybe buy something, you piece of shit. That is what I imagine Tommy and Timmy are thinking every time you visit Nook's Cranny. In Animal Crossing New Horizons, every song you hear has a very chill vibe to it. You're living on a getaway island after all, as in get away from your responsibilities, commitments, and my boss after work hours. But you know who won't get away from me? Timmy and Tommy. When you enter the little shop, the theme starts playing. It's gentle but bouncy, and it's inviting you in to start browsing. Tommy and Timmy come forward and greet you, but also start following you around. They want to be of service. It makes sense. No! Go away! Leave me alone! When you're in the cranny for a while, you will hear the theme start to change bit by bit from a welcoming tone to a more expectant one. Will you buy something? For fuck's sake! Now there's pressure on me. The same way people who work in retail follow you around because you've been browsing for too long. Now it's time to buy something or leave. In Earthbound, the shop music is literally called Buy Something, will ya? I don't know, Nintendo. Maybe if you ported Earthbound to the Switch, I'd buy it. Maybe if you remastered a bunch of other games for the Switch, I'd spend my money, you... Ugh! Now in Cuphead, Porky Pig's long-lost brother Porkrine goes... And it's the same bouncy theme, but on piano this time. There's jazz. Porkrine looks at you expectantly. He doesn't exactly have all day. You see the hand-drawn picture of his wife on the side. Or is that his girlfriend? His mistress? Whoever she is, he's gotta sell shit to go home and see her. You're taking a little longer to decide. Were those weapons in the back always there? He pulls out his pocket watch right as the melody ditches its rhythm. Okay, it's time to decide. I bought everything! Goodbye. Deltarune's Color Cafe is a spin on Rules Card's Hip Shop, but a lot more seductive, I guess. It has that same catchy simple beat, but with this weird air of sophistication to it. Are you here to buy health items, or are you here to see buff swatchlings in the background making thirsty poses, but also ready to serve you? Let us warm your day, he says. Toby Fox, what is going on, man? Isn't Chris just a kid? Is this fan service? I mean, the song definitely is, I can tell you that much. Devil May Cry 5 has my favorite shop song. It sounds exactly like what you'd expect to hear coming from those gas station cafes. Nico even looks like those friendly, happy to help attendants, and that's part of the charm that brings you back to the Devil May Cry van. It feels like such a nostalgic tune, carefree and fun, which kinda aptly depicts Nico and Nira's relationship. Going demon hunting after losing an arm and attempting to find and kill the man who took it from you is pretty intense. So for Nero, those moments of reprieve are necessary. And it helps a lot that there are phone booths scattered throughout his sections. All he has to do is call her and you're suddenly back in that familiar melody. As an idea, the execution is fantastic, and I'm kinda bummed that Death Stranding won Best Soundtrack ahead of Devil May Cry 5. But I digress. The point is, I'd call the van over even when I didn't have any arms to buy or abilities to upgrade, because I just loved listening to the song so much. Persona 5. Oh my lord, the soundtrack in this game is already such a masterpiece. But I want to draw special attention to the theme for a vendor that should not sound this good. And it's called Layer Cake. Why is it called Layer Cake? Well, this guy sells guns. I guess I don't understand shop music.
Hadouken!